He had 8 the other night. Here's a runner by Wade Taylor.
And if you're Michigan, you want to push the pace as much as possible.
Golden little touch off the dish from Donaldson. Payne after the 25-point outburst on Thursday.
Listen, when Payne is inside, you have to be ready to match up with him physically. And Texas A&M.
They got 9. Here's Wolf on the drive. In and out. He got it back, though. Let's see if he keeps it right down there. He'll whip it out to the outside. And now to Donaldson. Gales had the hot hand. Got another one. He's got Trey Donaldson will try 3 of his own. That one might have been a little bit too quick, too, but they get another chance. Underneath, Golden. Count it.
The jittery. They've been sitting around all day watching other teams play, and now it's their turn, and they come out there just a little bit too amped up.
Burnett, 3. And it goes. Jones looking for an avenue to the basket. Had it blocked by Wolf.
That's great help defense by Wolf. Tate Jones had an advantage inside, and Wolf
Look at him again.
Yes.
Donaldson. That one's an airmail, but Wolf's there to pick it off. 5 to shoot. That never touched the rim.
Shot clock didn't reset. Let's see if Michigan knows.
Yep,
they definitely do.
Tied at 3. Wisconsin got the win over Michigan State, 77-74 in the semifinals. Inside, and Wolf lays it in for Michigan. For Blackwell, the talented sophomore, makes his move. A blast to the rim, and he misses on the floater.
Both teams balanced the floor beautifully. So well prepped.
Donaldson, no look. Perfect time.
From him, as you said, but they got to get engaged. You got to get these bigs of Michigan going.
Inside, there's Golden. Great. 5 minutes to go, first half. Gilmore, that's a deep one. It's rebounded by Burnett.
One pass and a snap, but you're struggling.
Golden on a kick for Donaldson. Jones, open look. Bingo.
And that was good. That was set.
Klesmit with the effort going to the hole.
And Raph, you know the adjustment that Greg Gard has made. Get to the paint. They have been attacking off the bounce as Kaysen.
They needed it.
You make those. About yourself and make a couple so you go through.
Well, he is talented enough and has the mentality to lift his team here. But Michigan, 38 points this half.
Cheddar. He snaps it.
Frequently in the low area.
We are under 7 minutes to play. Klesmit. One and done for Wisconsin. Burnett brings it across. He's met there by Tunje.
Wolf on the glass.
Donaldson, slip pass, and Wolf the wraparound for 2.
Just stay in the ball screen. Nobody with that strong.
I'm not sure I like Cheddar guarding him in that situation. You might have to make a substitution if you're Dusty May.
He was 0 of 9 from the field before that. Burnett, yes sir, on a 3.
Wow, some shots for them from the perimeter. So can Burnett get in the game as well? We'll see.
Oh, Wolf shows it and spins it in to bottom.
How about him?
He can take a lot of three-pointers. There's only 2 of 24 this year.
He struggles. He's been tempted a few times today.
Yeah.
And Maryland goes in front. Queens got 7. Golden, the drop step textbook. Even 0.5 points per game. The blow by, layup, no. A factor defensively. Golden on Miguel.
Swarming. Donaldson, what a hustle play.
And Donaldson up the floor in a hurry. Snaps a pass. Burnett, the dribble draw. And finish. Athletic.
An issue.
Gillespie backdoor.
Nice hands,
and Golden gets a piece for the turnover. Donaldson, swing. Jumper. Goes down
For the Wolverines.
8 points, 8 rebounds. He just stuffs the stat sheet night in and night out.
Little matchup.
High fly.
Wasn't his man slipped down? Provided the lift.
I like this little pressure here, token pressure by Maryland. Make Michigan use some clock.
Donaldson rushes ahead. Upstairs.
Right now, and certainly having fun out there.
And give credit to the defense as well. They held the Boilermakers to 34% shooting. They are holding Maryland to 33%. Wolf.
How about this?
Got him!
Wow.
Big bucks.
Look at those eyeballs.
He's really just
Talking about disbelief.
When you can see his cornea, you know that he is not in agreement.
Looks like you at Christmas morning. I'm paying what? Nice.
Cheddar!
Play. They haven't run it.
The
all game.
teardrop for Rodney Rice.
Rice screens opposite on the block, then gets it down screen. Good turn of events for Rice.
He has made his last 3 shots. And he puts Maryland in front by 2.
Nice
double team. Golden, he can handle it.
It's smart to double team with.
Screen set by Kaufman-Renn to open up Lawyer. There's Wolf with the rebound. Bodies down behind the play. 4-on-4 for the moment. Burnett will size up a 3, and he'll hit.
Great. Trey Kaufman-Renn operating in a crowd here.
Smith got poked as well, was handling his eye for a moment as Donaldson gets the turnover to Wolf for 2.
Trey Donaldson.
Smith will drop it off to Kaufman-Renn. Can't get the roll. First chance for Michigan here. Jones battled foul trouble in that first half. Didn't see much of Michigan's number 15. 7 to shoot here for Donaldson. Working against first. 3 to shoot. Jones, 4-3. It's not been there tonight.
He's missed a good amount of shots around the rim. But if you're Michigan, you feel like it's a win if you can test a left jump hook.
Yep.
You know he wants to get to his right hand. Good cut again. Right there has been phenomenal.
There's some real nice moments tonight for Harris.
Smart play by L.J. Kaysen. Don't need to take that shot. Just pull this thing out and run the next 18 seconds.
Donaldson. Here's Kaysen, baseline drive with the reverse.
Got to get Golden involved now.
Michigan's scoring is way down over the last 13 games when they got into the heart of the Big Ten schedule.
Golden's great at ducking in.
Golden post threat, big body with Zapawa. Both Golden, he gets it to go, and the foul. And Drew Wolf. 14 points, 4 rebounds for Golden.
They have not done the 4-5 screen, which is a very tough match on a switch.
Donaldson, deep shot. Wow. It goes for Ruben Pure.
And he's talking too. Everybody's got something to say. They should be broadcasters.
13 now for Holloman. It's 57-33, Michigan State. Wolf.
Got it.
The jumper. He can.
Gillespie looking for the answer. And rebounded by Vlad. Golden is 3rd.
Michigan will take those kind of early jacks.
Open 3 in the corner. Back to back triples for the Wolves.
Indeed. I'd like to see them get to that high ball screen action, roll Vlad Golden to get him involved and get him in the middle of the floor.
There's Wolf.
He's open.
Couldn't get it to the big man inside. Now Burnett with the shot clock under 10. Here's Golden. Turns with that left-hand hook. It's good.
Need more of it. Sometimes when you that little 12-foot little push shot, he's really perfected it. I'd like to see more Vlad Golden in that paint or in the middle of the floor.
Here's Donaldson. Wrap around past Golden right in the middle of that paint in the floor. Up in the paint, and that soft touch puts Rice at the 8-point mark.
Golden's open in the middle of the floor. Get it to him.
He's set up, doing early work. They can't get it to him. There he is, reposting inside and off the window for 2.
He's on. When Derek Queen catches that basketball, he's got to drive Vlad.
Pocket pick, trickled ahead Donaldson. Underhand, Kaysen to the rim. 5-point game. Reese can't quiet the crowd. It rolls off to Golden.
But that ball hit every spot on the rim.
Wolf attacking. Wolf with the hammer.
There's Boswell again. Illini by 4. They've led by 7. Donaldson gets it out. Cheddar triple. How about a pull-up three from the freshman who's 6'10"?
That's where you see that unlimited potential that he has. In transition, pull up for three, easy money.
Rutgers hitting 10 of the last 11 shots. Another assist there for Michigan. Cheddar with another freshman. Cooper Flagg, he's also at 19.4.
Rutgers just getting in the defense.
Almost got it. Wolf decides to pull that out. Case in the freshman. Back to Donaldson. Just knocked down to 3. Little one-on-one with Ace Bailey. Backdoor cut to Kaysen. That's their leading assist man. Just a few behind, though, is Wolf. They're both in the top 15 in that category in the conference.
And that's one of the things the Wolverines really take pride in, sharing the basketball.
Cheddar, deep three. Got it.
And when you have arguably the two best players on the floor, they're going to give you a chance to win against anyone.
Davis almost got that. Rutgers already with 57 points. Season high 95 last time out. Good bounce pass to Golden for an and one.
You can just see the confidence in Rutgers.
Well, he's been hot. Wanted to draw the foul, didn't get it. Donaldson. Eyes up. Boy, the step over there.
Great down.
Bailey.
Great down.
Oh, Golden with a snuff. Donaldson. Gale.
Great block.
2 more.
It's going to be really important because of how Nebraska traps.
Here's Gary trying from deep. When Juwan Gary was going at his best, he was driving to the rim.
I'm saying don't shoot the 3, but pick and choose your times to do so.
How about Flat Golden? Right down the middle. He was terrific. Shot clock down to 2. Buchtengel, the deep contested 2, and the rebound Donaldson. Long pass ahead. Golden cherry picking for the flush. This is a probably 7, maybe 8 deep Michigan team tonight.
It's going to be interesting, too, with Juwan Gary guarding Danny Wolf. Gary's a great defender, but just a big size advantage for Wolf in the interior.
Michigan 0 for 3 from 3 to start this game. They were just 5 of 20 in the loss to Michigan State. 9 to shoot the skip to Gale. On the drive. Extra pass. Donaldson needs to find somewhere to go with it. He finds Gale on the baseline. Really good ball moving for the Big Red. Cheddar. That's a 3. And what a...
It's a long drive for Michigan State.
This is a guy that's got to get going, I think.
Holland and a miss. Rebound Donaldson. Michigan will run. On the kick to the wing. That's a 3 for Burnett.
That mean the past. But Ellerby came from Rutgers and won a Michigan minute. Steve Fisher took over.
Yes, indeed.
Creator.
I really enjoyed my team-issued bagels that I used to get. So
is that right?
That was good.
How about this?
Cheddar is an absolute killer in the mid-range. That is high-level PhD type stuff.
You hear it all the time, that that's a terrible shot. The analytics will tell you exactly. He can make it at high clip.
My goodness.
Cheddar, bone crushing, and then drills the 3.
And Baco.
This is the guy that's got to get going to help this team. Tough shot, good challenge.
So another empty trip for the Hoosiers. This is Burnett. Transition 3 splash.
Gotta know him.
Jay.
Same, going under. This is where they got to tee it up and be patient. Particularly with Wolf on the floor now. He keeps that dribble alive. Great vision, great feel.
This is Gale. Slithers into the paint, but it's a tough floater over the outstretched arms of Ball. One of the flagship programs in the country at Michigan.
Boy, line drive, too. Good, he keeps it alive. Look at Goldie. He runs the floor. And he's so good at that.
Makes him special.
In the Big Ten. Barthélemy pinballs out to Wolf. Michigan wants to push. Donaldson on the run. Quickly ahead. Inside. Gale with the reverse.
Oh, beautiful finish. And it more so man-to-man, depending on where the ball goes.
Boy, how about the play of Biddle inside? Just stayed with Donaldson. Will Cheddar from 3. And a pop.
Time locating.
Here's Biddle. Throws it off the foot of Donaldson, but it caroms right back into play for Michigan. Walters, and Will Cheddar's slow to get up the court. He is just limping his way back into the picture. He'll set up and shoot a 3 anyway, and he'll hit it. Shellstad. Kick out into the corner. Barthélemy's 3 rolls off into the arms of Reuben Jones. Here's Golden driving to the rim with a hammer. at 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific, only on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. How about the surge of the Gophers in the middle portion of this season? Ben Johnson's Minnesota crew playing some good ball as Golden rolls to the rim for an easy two.
Basketball even for a split second. He's got such quick hands, able to slap that basketball off of Jeremiah Williams. Well done defensively. A little full court pressure here from Rutgers. Got to get it over and attack the backside.
Here's Donaldson, they set up in the half court. All 5 of these Michigan starters averaging double figures. It is a diverse team. Golden, one of the guys who can fill it up.
They've got to continue to feed number 15 Gold.
Trying to find room against Wolf on the baseline. Wild shot won't go. Dylan Grant couldn't find the range. Here comes Donaldson. In the corner for Walters. That 3 drops.
Attention that Bailey's getting. When he reversed that basketball, Rutgers had 2 guys, 2 wide open underneath the rim. The guards on that reversal's got to look to the rim first. They didn't and missed an easy opportunity underneath.
And now have missed their last 5 shots from the floor. Michigan with a chance to extend the lead. Donaldson back out there with those 2 fouls. Shot clock under 10. Cheddar in the corner. Oh my! Wilch at 3, and he'll hit. Michael Davis with a career-high 14.
Michael Davis has had himself an afternoon.
Donaldson, nice bounce to Cheddar on the cut. It's inside to Dortch, his shot blocked by Wolf.
And Dortch never able to get that ball fully secured in his hand.
Nice save by Reuben Jones. See if Michigan can cash in on the possession with Donaldson on the fake to Jones for an easy 2.
That's the game 4 assists and is dynamic in their middle ball screen action.
2-point game in Piscataway. It's Wolf for 3. And that,
I think it distracted him. It was interesting talking to Mike Rhodes today. He said, we are not going to err on the side of caution. He said, we're going to send everything.
Danny Wolf, you have to be strong, 2 hands on the basketball, because you can see the active hands at work by the Nittany Lions.
Shot clock under 10. Cheddar will try a 3 and hit.
Penn State showing a little bit of a zone look here as well, and taking Michigan a while to kind of recover, but I'd say they did. Recover they did. More than a half a step slow, and as he jogs down the floor, you can see he's laboring with his breathing just a hair.
Donaldson, nice feed to Burnett.
And really well designed.
Done at a nice first half. Dunn will try a 3. One does not go. Wolf kept it alive, and Donaldson has it for Michigan. Here's Donaldson on the run. Wolf working on Inza. Wolf for 3. Got it.
Around. He takes 1 extra dribble. He's going right into the teeth of that defense, and most notably Danny Wolf.
Deep 3, Burnett, nothing but net. Way on the defensive end of the court. So it's been a rough week and a half here for them. This would be a huge win. Donaldson through the lane, leaves it for Gale, and this time he finishes the...
Donaldson the inbound. Looking. Baseline. Mason drives. Hey! Whoa! He sparked the Michigan offense there for a second, but it's been Northwestern about their defense and their offense, getting high-quality shots, executing this game plan to perfection. And that is perfection right there. Go up top.
3 threes. Inbound comes right back on the baseline to Berry. Misses the good jumper, and Burnett with the rebound. Tied at 40. No look to Golden for 2. He saw it late last season. Coming on late for Martinelli, who averaged 9 points and 4 rebounds a game last year. I don't know that he saw it to this level, but he'll tell you he saw this growth coming from Martinelli, and it's continued into this year.
he's still got some growing to do. He's got a lot of meat on the bone, which is a good thing in terms of decision-making, shooting. Oh, my, Trey Donaldson. Excited to be a Wildcat fan to watch him grow.
There's Donaldson, the touch pass to Jones in the corner. Reuben Jones gets the home roll.
That's his shot, but another ISO. This is where you start to miss Jalen Leach. Martinelli's initiating the offense. You got a lot of switchable defenders. Not allowing Northwestern to run their offense.
Down the baseline and a two-hand jam.
And that's why those wins are going to carry so much weight when it comes to March.
Danny Wolf back in. 2 early turnovers came out. And now a 3 up top. And Cheddar knocks down.
That's what Frank Mitchell can give you. The carve out space, kick extra possessions for this Minnesota team.
It's a good rebounder a year ago at Canisius. One of many new faces on this Minnesota roster. 16 of 21 for the Gophers at the paint. And speaking of the paint and the rim here tonight. Michigan by 3 out of the timeout with the ball, and my goodness, Will Cheddar. Minnesota hasn't scored in over 4 minutes, and that continues. Quick hands, Donaldson playing well. Feeds Wolf up the floor, layup good, and a foul. Off the turnover.
He's been that third scorer tonight for Minnesota. They needed that.
Eight 0 run. Donaldson feeds Wolf. He'll fire for the tie, and Danny Wolf. Big second half.
Into the corner. Harris for 3. Yes. Washington needed it to stop that 6-0 run.
The second leading scorer, and those are the shots he has to take and the shots he has to make. And here's a 1-3-1 by Washington.
Down low, Golden kicks it back out. Another skip pass. Burnett, man on skates, drives the 3. Diallo. I don't know if that was a shot or a pass.
Right place at the right time on the air ball. Back to the 1-3-1. That's what he
Fun
does.
one, huh?
You got to love the toughness of the Huskies, right? You get blown out. You have a couple days when you stay to Michigan and you come in and battle.
Burnett stays perfect.
Great Osborne just has to get involved in this second half.
From the elbow, Diallo, no good. Tapped out by Golden to Cheddar. Up ahead, Golden running the floor. 5 off the bench. This is his second bucket of the game. There he goes again. Golden inside for 2 more.
And nobody's
large index fingered by my statistician next to me. I pointed to Reuben Jones, but he was actually looking at 2 different players on my board. So my apologies to Reuben Jones. It's an 80 grade index finger.
Shooter's open on the skip pass.
Donaldson kicks it into the corner. There's a 3. No misidentification.
Van can guard basically 1 through 4, maybe 5. Daly a little bit short. And again, the rebound to Michigan. Wolf setting that screen, the transfer from Yale, and you got the 2 bigs out here. There's the screen for the ball handler. He kicks in. You should have a good understanding as a coach.
Absolutely, and you start to gain a camaraderie amongst your group where everybody has a role but learn to master their role, accept their role, and do the best they can with the minutes that they're provided. And that's what I'm seeing, in particular from the Michigan team here recently. They've been knocking down the 3, and they've been really sharing the ball very well.
Walters just in off the bench, gives it to Donaldson. Golden's going to let it go. Oh, for Mara. Hello. Bilodeau thought about it, had 2 7-footers along the baseline, though, and it's taken away.
Active hands by the Wolverines.
Golden, just a little late. Yep. Just inside the line. Good jumper, though.
Nice patience. First pump fake contested the 3 line. Knocks down the shot from the top of the key.
First bucket of the game for Lazar. Cheddar buries 1.
You hope that they can hold it down with him on the bench, but I would say 6 minutes now.
I mean, we're not going to see him for a while, you wouldn't think. Unless somehow the Bruins go on a big-time run. Which they did to open up the second half. Trey wait to raid the screen. Didn't want it. Been doing this, shooting the three tonight. Gives it up to Golden to the right hand. Body control. Music goes around. There's the switch. Quick hands. Burnett took it away. As discussed. And now tries to answer at the other end. The takeaway across his mind. He will. Cheddar will. Nope. Jones fights for the rebound. Fresh shot clock. Burnett. Don't
Corner three. It has just been. We've seen this a few times now for the Trojans in the first half.
And why is that? Because Vlad Golden is in drop coverage, meaning on ball screen, he's going to drop down to the basket. That mid-range shot is going to be there if the Trojans want it.
Donaldson's knocked down 3 triples in the first half. Patton got a hand on it. Pippen recovers. What an active first half for Patton off the bench. Cheddar with the lob, and it's knocked away by Agee. 5 on the shot clock. Cheddar lines it up. And he hits it.
Vlad Golden, stay attached to Vlad Golden. So if Golden sets a screen, there is going to be no help. That's the problem. That's the risk of playing that way. Here it is again.
Wolf spin cycle. And it's happening now for Michigan.
Right now, as we speak, I think he liked that one a lot.
Thomas rising over Golden. Wolf comes up with it. Long outlet. Donaldson, quick touch pass. And Golden with 2 hands throwing it down.
Trey Donaldson, the second time it was Roddy Gale Jr. They're on the baseline, and they're just ball watching.
And back to a tie game. Right at the rim by Wesley Yates. Michigan's made its last 5 shots. Under 90 seconds to play. Michigan running some clock.
Yeah, they don't need to do anything here.
Wolf, watch out!
Hot offensively lately. This is an all 5 guys to the rim type of game for Western Kentucky. Guards are going to have to come back and help gang rebound.
Really letting the threes fly early. Haven't dropped yet. Golden. He does drop home a third.
Using that athleticism, long arms, again, to read and react to the defense and create opportunities off of his defense.
Golden off the roll. Nice fake. 2. The last 2 games with the injuries that Western Kentucky is dealing with right now.
He's heavily relied upon as they don't have a lot of height, so he's going to have to play more stretch minutes here this evening.
Donaldson surveys the situation. Kick it to the corner. No hesitation from Cheddar.
Nation, such a luxury to have him coming off as your 6th man.
Then he gets the board here. A guy who just goes kind of 100% all the time, no matter the situation.
I mentioned that he's a good type of crazy, as he just goes 100% every possession.
Glad fittingly.
Terry Mills, our engineer Tony Butler, and our host Rob Joyce. I'm Brian Bush. Ball flipped up into the air, and as expected, Vlad Golden back taps it all the way to the far basket, where Trey Donaldson secures it. Golden soared over Mulder. Michigan starts with the basketball. Crowd on its feet here to start Michigan's second home game in the last 31 days. Wolf straight on, pitches it right corner, Burnett. High to the right, Donaldson. Back to Namari, right wing. He'll trigger a 3 and knock it down. Good ball movement of Michigan. Now a poke away by Burnett, but he couldn't quite get it all the way. Jackson saves it right side, a 3-ball short from Bello, and Michigan peels off the rebound. Other side, Burnett, left wing. He tries a 3-ball and knocks it down. Make with it for Purdue Fort Wayne. Takes it straight on. Banker, no. Loose ball, picked up Donaldson. Skips it up ahead, Burnett. Clean runway, 1 dribble, a jump, and a jam. Great find from...
Any player had a couple of 24-point games. Shot clock down to 2, and the heat by Elvis won't drop.
Really good containment defense by Michigan.
Donaldson on a blow by back to Golden and lays it in. He was thinking about
being a better facilitator on the top of the floor, not down on the baseline.
Taylor again. Oh, that was in and out. Under 2 minutes before the break. Cheddar thought about it, the 6'8 junior.
Denying Danny Wolf the basketball right now.
Walters, yes, that rattles in from three-point.
For Iowa in their last game as Thero lays it in for the Hogs.
And Thero can really drive off ball reversal. He gets a straight line to the basket. It's over.
Burnett knocks it down. Land. Over Donaldson. Not this time. Kept alive by Adu, but here comes Wolf. Donaldson knew he had to get rid of it, and Walters will hit it. What a play that was.
To get all the way to the rim. Those slot drives are so tough because he can't really help on a guy like Danny Wolf, or he'll find a three-point shooter.
Boy, Arkansas lost track of Rob.
He went all the way as Dick slices his way to the rim.
He's so good. Plays with such great control and balance. Shoots the three, drives it, can post as well.
Quick shuffle off to Golden, who lays it softly. By the turnovers of the Wolverines, absolutely capitalized on that, but they're still looking to execute more in the half court.
Yeah, and for Michigan, I'd stay with that ball screen because they've been able to get some really good looks off of it.
Wolf just 2 points coming off a 20-point game, back-to-back 20-point games, in fact. He's not been the focal point offensively. 5 to shoot for Donaldson, dropping it off to Gale Jr. The baseline.
Another turnover for Michigan.
Look at Gale climbing a ladder to knock that away from Freeman. Up ahead to Wolf, and he will lay it in on the...
Gave them a really good lift off the bench in the first half.
And he just checks in with trigger. That's not there. But the tip is Dembele can't put it down, though. A missed opportunity for the Hawkeyes and tracked down by Gale Jr.
Yes, Dembele's got to dunk that basketball.
Cheddar calls his own number and cans it.
Have those 7-footers that way, and you're undersized at 6'8", you've got to move those guys back. Otherwise, they use their length to be able to reach over the top, as Golden did there.
Trey Donaldson almost had a look from three, was looking inside to Golden, finds Wolf off the cut.
Oh, they're playing their best ball this early season. Klesman bounce it. Winter had it blocked inside. Golden gums him at the rim. Donaldson leave it. Burnett, no hesitation. For three. That's that defense leading to hurries. Donaldson swing it. Burnett, same spot, same result. Back tap. Wolf got it to Donaldson, and they'll reload and slow it down. Wolf left alone. Now Holthoist and hit a three. You got to get back to help on the drive and then recover to the shooter. Haven't seen a ton of Jack Janicki tonight for Wisconsin, but he's on the floor now out there with McGee, Tonje, Winter, and Klesman. Wolf on the drive, caught up, back outside for Donaldson. Off the screen, Donaldson, hook it inside, Wolf the finish. But the duck it.
Down 3 or 4 times.
Danny Wolf launches a three and buries his first shot. He didn't have
late in the end of the game.
Fremantle from the corner. Short, he just has not had the range tonight.
I think he's got to keep shooting, though.
Golden, nice speed.
Just one of those nights.
Yeah, that side of the floor has had a lid on that rim, especially in the second half. Was 30% from the floor and 2 for 9 from distance for Xavier. Wolf. Backdoor pass to Golden.
And get stops if you're Michigan. But Virginia Tech has to, again, they have to be more sharp. They got to get guys to their spots. And Michigan's making it hard for them.
Almost 3 minutes without a point for Virginia Tech. And Michigan getting their points from the free throw line. They haven't had a field goal in over 3 minutes. Wolf isolated on Poteet. Got rid of it before he hit the deck. Golden right there. What a pass from Donald.
Might have been trying to get Poteet open off of Golden. And again, they haven't gone enough to Poteet.
Golden with the vision.
Bench tonight. Hopefully he can give them a spark.
So 3 fouls for Mpaka in the first 3 minutes of the game. And here comes Danny Wolf to bring it up. What a luxury for Michigan to be able to initiate offense with a 7-footer. 10 to shoot. Here's Donaldson. Burnett will try the 3, and he'll hit.
That read the needle. Good pressure there by Michigan again.
Long inbound Donaldson. Now numbers. No look ahead to Wolf. for his first two. Sixth team foul on the alley-oop to Roddy Gale Jr. Around the Impaka screen. Back to the big man underneath. Everything but the bucket for Impaka.
He's really good at pick and roll.
Walter's really good from turnovers. 22 rather. Counting that one.
You're not going to win a lot of games turning the ball over 22 times.
No. Difficult to do. Underneath and Gale with the hammer.
Back to a 5-point lead for Michigan. 6-0 run. Potter. Tipped by Burnett and stays with it. Ends up finding Gale Jr. Donaldson on the attack. Dish off. Golden.
Oh, that's for Suter here, trying to keep the Red Hawks alive as they've been cold in the second half.
Nearly a steal. Suter the hustle. And saves it to nobody. And his own team ends up with Kaysen. Suter, a big-time addition from Bellarmine, where he was a starter for a couple of years. Kicked out for Cheddar. Money. But you talk about the balance for Michigan. It's a big question for this team. Who's the leader when you get into tighter games? Who's going to step up and be the go-to scorer? Burnett for three. Miami, Ohio looked pretty good early in the game. All Michigan sends. Bounce pass. Burnett.
We're tied at 7.
Yeah, you just can't just haphazardly throw that reversal pass. TCU does a great job of jumping the lane and trying to get the steal, and that's materialized 2 straight possessions here.
Golden slips through the double team. With the steal. Alette. In traffic, an air ball. Donaldson with Cheddar to his left. The trailer, Burnett lays it in.
That's the give, and that's just too long of a run for Wolf to recover. Wenzel knocks it down. Good offense by TCU.
Donaldson in the corner. White steps out on him. Topside, Burnett heaves and hits.
To return for another year at Wake, one of the best players in the country. Off the back iron, rebound picked off by Burnett. The 6'5" Brad, one of the guys returning here from Michigan.
Quietly, I shouldn't even call it quiet because it's loud now, but he is becoming a fan favorite of the Demon Deacons.
Boy, he can get up in a hurry too, and he leaves his feet. In the paint, Gale Jr. nicely done. That's a tough. And he'll penetrate and lay it up. Can't finish it. Fight for the rebound. And Sam Walters, who's given him a nice lift off the bench for Michigan.
Another opportunity on offense. Especially in the second half.
Steve said sometimes when those guys get into the major conferences, things change a little bit. Knocked away. Will Cheddar got his hand on it on the turnover. Back over to Michigan. And Trey Donaldson, who hit a buzzer beater from beyond midcourt right at the half. That's going to rattle home on the
18 minutes a game, and one of the leaders as they've transitioned to this new roster. Another offensive rebound, but Arnett had it sent back.
Ari Burnett coming from the weak side on the help.
In transition, Roddy Gale Jr.'s feet on the line. Length, too.
Yep.
Brima Diba is on the floor for Cleveland State. He's wearing number 6. Cheddar got loose and an open look. Jason Robinson sticks that from the free throw line. 6-year senior, averaged 5.5. Quickly to Walters, and he drills a 3. Robinson, tough left-handed. And that length, again, it's going to bother Cleveland State, but that's going to bother a lot of teams in the Big Ten, too.
It is.
Gale Jr.
Guys get out of sorts a little bit. They try different things. We're going to see some of that here moving forward.
Wilson on the drive, the kick out. Kaysen with the open 3.
Get downhill. Like showing the ball early to get Arnett off balance to not be able to block his shot.
Nice cross-court pass and another 3.
Well, this Vikings group on the floor just discombobulated.